You're watching Fantasy Now Plus.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into another pre-draft best ball stream. I am your host, Tim Holstad. With me, as always, Bryan Rockwood. Bryan, how are you doing today?
I've been better. I'm just a little under the weather today. No, nothing really serious. So just little sniffles. So if I sound, what's it called, clogged up, it's because I am. So otherwise, doing pretty good. Combine is here. It's actively happening right now. Maybe not at 8 p.m. Eastern, but today we saw a ton of the front seven do their agility stuff today, and yeah, Sonny Styles and Arvel Reese will probably be top 5 picks. I know we don't do IDP in best ball, but if you do IDP, there you go.
Absolutely. Yeah. David Bailey ran almost a sub 4.5 as an edge rusher. Just some crazy stuff happening so far, but that's not what we're here for today. We are here to draft some best ball teams on Underdog. This is pretty much the last chance that you have to get some of your quote-unquote rookie sleepers before they test in the next couple of days. I am very interested to see how things go with a lot of these guys. I am not very high on this rookie class in general. I think there's a very clear top 5 players from like a dynasty offensive player perspective, including Mendoza. And then you've got Jeremiah Love, Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, and Mekhi Lemon. And after that, could be anyone really. Like if you're picking at a 106 and a super flex, like good luck, man. I don't know what you're gonna do with it.
It boils down to how much you love Kenyon Sadiq. Truly, I think I know you're not as high on him. I'm kind of cooling off a little bit. It just becomes, what running back do you really like? What wide receiver do you think runs that 4.2 at the combine this week? It's tough. It's tough out there, back half that first, and then obviously the rest of the draft.
Yeah. It will be very interesting. Some guys could make themselves some money or lose themselves some money this week. So we will see how that plays out. But for now, I think we should honestly just kind of go ahead and hop into a little board, see what the landscape is looking like, and we can talk through more stuff as we go along.
Let's do it.
I've got 4 left, so won't finish them today, but getting pretty close. Gonna have all 20 done before I even know it. So gonna have to start looking at the regular big board here pretty soon, which my wallet is not the biggest fan of. That's okay.
Look, just think, every draft gets you closer to the badge.
It does.
Every step, or every entry gives you a little funny thing to put on your little dog up there.
Yeah. Would love to get to a point where I get a badge. Not there yet, but good to have some goals in life. Obviously would love to get the winner badge, but we have very little control over that. So we're just going to do what we can and draft the best teams we can and see what happens. Still waiting on 5 people here. If you want to hop in to a fast draft here on the little board, we will obviously start drafting as soon as it fills.
Okay. I remember my question now. I was trying to think of the dead air questions. So I'm in the middle of a slow draft, and I have landed in a spot, I think, with the 106, and my first picks have been Chase, London, T. Higgins, Etienne, and Burrow. So I want to get your thoughts on, I'll call this, like, this is a classic stack that I think we would have seen a lot last year and then 2 years ago. Do you think it's still worth it really piling on like a team like that? Like, I know obviously each team is different, every offense is different, but we're at with like an elite wide receiver, their wide receiver 2, and the QB, and then probably like peripheral pieces.
I think it's like you said, it's definitely team dependent. I think the Bengals are like the primary example of a team that you should always want to do that. I think the Rams, another solid example of just, it's a good offense, invest in it, lean into the fact that where like 75% to 90% of their offensive production is coming from. And then, you know, like there's some good offenses where it doesn't matter. Like whether they're good or not. Like if you heavily invested in the Patriots offense last year, that didn't do anything for you for best ball outside of Drake May. But like, you weren't winning tons of weeks because of Stephon Diggs or Hunter Henry or Kayshon Boutte or anything like that. But they were still a pretty good offense all year. If you were heavily invested in Chargers, it didn't really do that much for you, regardless of how good the individual players are, how good some of their individual weeks were. So I really think it's just identifying the teams where it matters and doing that. And then if you think you can identify a team where you think it will matter, then I don't think it's wrong. But you also have to accept that the bigger the team bet you make for an individual draft, the higher chance you have of basically that team just not mattering, period, from the get-go. And, you could have exactly what you need in weeks 15 through 17, but your team finished 8th in the pod, and it doesn't matter because the offense wasn't good enough. So it's a balance, but there's certainly opportunity to take advantage of it.
And I do think slowly but surely it's going to be which team are we not expecting to have that offense to be kind of like a breakout offense, if you will. I guess you get to call the Seahawks like this past year that type of team. Like, I don't know. That almost feels revisionist because we knew Jason was good. He had the breakout back half of 2024.
Yeah.
I guess it was really boiled down to how much do we believe in Sam Darnold, which was none. And then could we trust Charbonnet or Ken Walker? And not really. So I guess that was kind of, I don't know. That was a weird team to believe, but they did more often than not help you out in best ball, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like an example of last year was the Colts before Daniel Jones died.
Yeah.
Like if you had invested heavily in that offense and Daniel Jones had stayed healthy, you probably would have won a lot of money because Jonathan Taylor was the RB1 for as long as Jones was the quarterback. Alec Pierce was doing well. Michael Pittman was doing well. Tyler Warren was doing well. Even like Josh Downs was the only player that wasn't doing well in that offense, but was kind of to be expected for a Daniel Jones quarterback team to not have 4 great passing weapons. So that was an offense where you were right in theory and it still didn't work out. So that's kind of the dual threat of investing so heavily into one team is if any part of that team gets injured, which is likely in football, you might be out of luck. Like, even Bengals stacks last year, you didn't get anywhere because you didn't have Burrow for 75% of the season. So Chase was lesser, Higgins was lesser. They ended up finishing well, but it didn't really matter for you. So it's certainly a risk variance type of thing, but it's not bad. It's not good. I think it's just pick your spots and accept that results are going to vary.
All right, I'll pause our call for now because we are up in what, 2 picks, 1 pick?
1 pick. Do you want running back? Well, you don't have a choice. Which running back?
I mean, I'm torn between CMC and HN. I just love their explosiveness between what they do. I'm not really scared of CMC like some folks might be. I think he's just chalking up to be a kind of Derrick Henry type of player. Like these guys are probably just who they are forever. Yeah. And as long as they stay healthy, like they will always be a top 5 running back.
That's fair. I don't know what's going on with this clock here. It's showing like 26 seconds per pick. And it's definitely not a 26-second clock. It's a 20-second clock, but that's okay.
Oh, we're gonna have to move then because we're not gonna have any accurate information.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have
running
it.
backs. Wow.
I have it sorted by ADP right now. My ranks
Okay.
are to the left, but we can at least see the way that the market is looking at them as it goes for the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say the running back is gone
Yep.
in the first round. So crazy to think this is how it's all gonna go, but I think enough of these drafters, like you're drafting in like February, I guess soon to be March, like you probably are pretty well versed in terms of the relative ADP of all these players.
Yeah.
So like we're in the thick of like real degen season. Like all of these players are definitely on like their 15th or 16th draft of the little board.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's very few people who this is going to be their first draft of the season starting out. Could have a few. I'm sure the combine is kicking some people into like, you know what? It is football season. We are going to do this. I'm glad Neighbors went. We need to have a talk about him once we make this pick. I'm good with any of the top 3 by ADP.
I don't want to do double old running back. I would probably just yeah. I'm like tempted to just go Hampton. I actually really like London, which is really annoying. Like I was doing some research for a video the other night, and the fact that he only played 12 games and still had 900 yards.
Yeah.
Like he was absolutely poised to have like a 1,400 yard season, even with the shell of Kirk Cousins and whatever Michael Penix was doing. So to me, that like seems like a very, very strong pick in the second round here.
Yeah. Yep. I still think Drake London is too low. I think he should be above Jefferson. I think he should be above Neighbors. I would put him equal to Nico Collins, but Collins' ADP is a lot more on the 2-3 turn normally, so he just went really early in this draft. Malik Neighbors, though, it's starting to just sound bad about the injury. Like we checked in, I think right around this time in January, and he was on crutches, and the coaching staff was just like, he's doing well. And then we checked in again a couple days ago, and he's still on crutches, and the coaching staff is saying, hey, he's doing well. His injury is progressing. And I'm like, he tore that ACL a while ago at this point, and he had that surgery a while ago. Like the fact that he's still like truly immobile at this point is starting to ring a few alarm bells, at least for what I would have to draft him at the early part of the second round. Like I'm not out on Malik Neighbors as a talent, but as far as like could he actually start on PUP? Like it's starting to feel more like a 25% chance when I thought it would be like a 5% chance. And that is a little sketchy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, like obviously it's really early, but usually you see some sort of good news, right? Like not just coach speak.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very worrying. What up, Meatball?
What is
Ready?
up?
I hope you're ready to chime in and yap all over again.
Absolutely. We love yapping.
But God, Malik Neighbors. I guess what were 2 picks? All right, I'll pause for a second and let's think. Would you? No, I don't. I'm gonna avoid us from picking Josh Allen. Part of me said, I mean, like, all right, this seems okay still.
Yeah.
But I don't love it.
Any preference of these 3 receivers?
It's so annoying because Rashee Rice is like the best receiver.
Yeah.
But what's gonna happen? Yeah, I think it's just like if I was gonna pick one that wasn't Rashee Rice, it probably would be Tataroa McMillan.
Right.
I don't know. I would still probably pick Rice.
Okay.
Fortunately,
I mean, yeah, the clock is so wildly off right now. That's okay. Um, I agree. Still, like I've been listening to, guys on ship chasing and stuff like that, and like the thing about Rashi Rice's stuff is that it's a civil case, and it did technically happen before he was arrested the first time. So like, they're not gonna, they shouldn't be counting it as like a violation of his probation because it happened before the initial arrest was made for
That's
the
interesting.
DUI. So like that would be double jeopardy from my limited understanding of it. And so it's probably going to amount to nothing.
Yeah. I'm laughing because we love talking law on this show.
Yeah.
whether it's draft the best ball or get tilted in the season,
Yeah.
it just happens. The NFL is wacky like that. You have to suddenly know what Goodell's thinking.
Yeah. But yeah, like they're of the opinion that he's either getting nothing or like Goodell would really have to just be like, I'm putting my foot down and banning you for a year. Like,
Yeah.
which again, in a civil case would be like kind of random. I would personally just take Kyron here unless you have someone else you really want.
No, I think Kyron is just plenty good here.
Okay.
Like we could have a discussion around Colston Loveland, but it boils down to every other thought we've ever had about a tight end, which is we can just wait.
Yeah.
Like if our team doesn't really look like it needs to have a difference maker at tight end like that strong, and even then, like we still don't really know if Colston Loveland's going to continue to break out. Like I think he will be. I think like your betting money probably says he will. But we don't really need to worry about that at this point in the draft.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we'll see.
Javonte, the fourth round pick now.
Yeah, I get it. I do. I think it makes sense in a sense that like you are getting still yeah. Now I'll say my thought. You were getting a locked in starting running back in the fourth round.
Yeah.
That's still fine. Like, and I think this Cowboys offense will be fine still. Like they were not necessarily bad last year. I would even say they were good. Javonte was very good for what we thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
The reason why I kind of halted my own speech was we got Kyron Williams in the fourth round.
Yeah.
So that feels like the value there is a little different.
Absolutely. I mean, like, I like Scattaboo, but at 37, absolutely not. Like, he's much more like back end of the fourth, maybe like 43 is where I start thinking about it if I'm like been boxed out of running back. But wide receiver, just everywhere. Take your pick. We take a lot of Jalen Waddle on this show.
Yeah, we can start thinking about maybe some rookies. Why not? Like, why not just start? Like, it's kind of stupid to take Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon over Christian Watson. Oh, I guess Waddle just went. I like Lemon a little more than Tyson. Okay. Do you have a preference of other player?
I think it's going to be very landing spot dependent for them. I think all three are in the same tier for me. I know some people have some lingering injury concerns on Tyson. I still think, I mean, he has had the best college season out of any of those three by a long shot. So like it's kind of a eye test versus production type of thing as far as your flavor of rookie wide receiver. I don't think any of them are going to be bad. I think they're all certainly not can't miss prospects, but they're all like pretty staunchly like good to great first round rookie prospects. And there's not many landing spots where it would just like truly be awful for them. Like unless Tampa just pulled out a random thing of like taking Tyson if he fell, like then it would be weird, but I don't really think they would do that.
Yeah, Tyson to me, he just still feels like the one that could have the highest ceiling.
Yeah.
But because of like I'm not really worried about his injury history, but it still lingers in the back of your mind that it happened. It's a thing.
Yeah.
And he does kind of he has some weird film where he just looks smaller, but he just looks thinner than other people around him.
Yeah.
Where like you kind of have to hope that he's just a yak monster or just like, a perfectionist of route running, which is
Yep.
I'm not sure if that's really what we would call him. I think he's just a pure I don't know. My thoughts on Tyson is just he just looks like a playmaker straight up.
Yeah.
Like a highlight reel guy. Like a lot of his clips are just him making absurd catches and making big plays. And that's kind of what we want out of that. Like I think his tape looks a lot different than say like N'Keal Harry, who he makes a lot of big plays, but he makes one play and it's run really fast, beat the guy in front of you, and then make a really spectacular catch. Jordan Tyson at least runs left to right. So in that regard, he still looks like a better prospect to me than his former ASU, or they never played together, but another ASU teammate.
Yep. Yeah, totally agree. We end up getting Tyson on the way back in the 6th, so we take Lemon and Tyson. Otherwise, it would have been an elite quarterback conversation for me, but again, quarterback's a position where I'm okay. Like, if I'm taking one in the 6th, it does need to be the level of like Hurts or May. Like, I'm not reaching for Caleb in the 6th. I'm not reaching for Herbert in the 6th or Dak in the 6th. Like, that's too early for me for a lot of guys, but May and Hurts at least have like QB1 overall upside. Burrow as well, but we didn't have a Bengal, and I don't really like taking Burrow just unstacked. So I think Tyson was just kind of a clear end of the tier there for us.
Yeah, because already you can see the next few wide receivers, DK, Pearsall, Mike Evans. They're fine, but I do think we're kind of giving ourselves a shot to have more upside in the uncertainty of a rookie wide receiver.
Yeah. Pearsall is skyrocketing, and I really don't know why. Like, I don't know what is propelling this huge rush of like, oh, he needs to be above all of these guys on the screen. Like, I don't think anything separates him from like a Michael Wilson or Alec Pierce or even like a Diggs or Pittman. So I'm not necessarily fading him, but like I'm not taking Pearsall at 73. Like, I would rather just take him in a range where it feels like we should take him.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about some of these QBs that I don't know. They're kind of elite-ish, like Dart or Lawrence. I think Jackson Dart is just probably a better fantasy QB. Where's our good friend Parker Washington here?
He just went.
Oh, okay, never mind.
And Jacoby Myers goes right after Lawrence in ADP, so it would be a hefty stretch to try and push.
Hard pass.
Yeah. We'll go Dart. I am getting kind of high exposure-wise on Dart, and I do want to back off just a little bit because Matt Nagy is the offensive coordinator, and that's not good. And there is no like backup savior that could come in and save the season if Nagy is as putrid as we're all expecting him to be. Like, Harbaugh is not an offensive guy. Like, he's not a play caller. So it scares me, but I also think that the rushing floor on Dart is still high enough that I'm okay with it, especially like in the 7th round. Like, that's fine, but it does feel a lot less comfortable of a click than it used to when we started drafting a month ago.
I think that ends up being one of the tougher things that you don't think about starting the best ball journey. Is the exposure, right? Like, you are now locking yourself into this one player kind of by accident because you just think they're very good. And now all of your teams are still riding on this one player. Like, that's kind of defeats the purpose of drafting a lot of rosters.
Yeah. Do you prefer tight end, receiver? And
Wow. I kind of want Sam Laporta.
Okay.
I think like Laporta and Pitts are very close. I think maybe it's silly of me to pick Laporta over Pitts, especially Stefanski being in Atlanta now. But seeing Laporta miss that much time and kind of seeing that offense struggle a little bit. And that's a very like I'm very much stretching the word struggle with the Detroit Lions because they were still fine.
Yeah.
But like they missed Tim, and now they're gonna bring Petzig. He made Trey McBride an absolute like volume monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it doing Laporta.
Yep. I'm cool with Laporta there. One, we already have London. We'd be double stacking Falcons with Pitts. Two, I would rather have Jared Goff as my QB2 than like praying for Michael Penix Jr. in 3 rounds or 4 rounds. I don't know if Goff is getting back to us because the Amon-Ra drafter is directly in front of us, but he might.
We'll see. Let me see. Hold on, scroll back up here because he can still do something wacky.
He could take Stafford. He could take Baker if he thinks Evans goes back. He has options. We have less because we have an injured quarterback, and 2 unknown quarterbacks. So,
I forgot Mahomes hurt his leg. Oh my god.
Yeah, and he went already. Mahomes is definitely an interesting one. There are times he goes in the 80s, and there's times he goes in the 110s, and it's purely room dependent. So Mahomes is interesting to just kind of push and see what happens. See, like by ADP, that drafter should take Stafford. We'd have to reach a bit on Goff, but it's not like the end of the world. All right, he went unstacked instead.
All right, never mind. Nothing matters because neither of the players who want Goff got him. Sure. Wait, unless Jameson Williams was the other guy.
Could take.
I like Purdy here.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Bo Nix, but I think Purdy is just a better fantasy QB.
Yeah. I don't love taking Purdy unstacked.
You can take Waddle. Or sorry, Wandale.
I don't even know if Wandale could be a giant. That's the other thing. Like Wandale could just be elsewhere, and then we just have unstacked Wandale just for the sake of it.
Yeah. All right. I need a post-it note of all the free agents because I will consistently do this with every draft. I think, yep, the name next to the team, that's where he's going to stay, except for obviously the running backs, which I have locked into memory, but none of the wide receivers I remember, except for Romeo Dobbs, because they said the report came out, he's most likely not coming back to Green Bay.
Which is funny because their GM just said they would love for him to come back to Green Bay. And I would say,
wow.
Why?
How
you
about that?
Just drafted Matthew Golden. Maybe play him. Just an idea.
See, the key is Golden's not good.
Apparently. I would argue that Dobbs is also not good, but he's at least better than Golden. But you also know exactly what you have with Dobbs, and you're going to have to pay him like $18 million for that.
I know.
And that sounds unfun. Well, I was hoping Jennings would come all the way back, but he just got insta-picked the second after. So we may have an unstacked Brock Purdy to pair with our unstacked Jackson Dart. So things are going great.
Tongus.
Honestly, possibly. I think Gadsden's a smash if he gets to us. Otherwise, he does. Are you cool with Gadsden or is someone else popping out on the screen?
No, Gadsden.
Okay. I'm not taking Kittle here. He has to fall multiple rounds for me to ever take Kittle, even with Brock Purdy, because I just don't think Kittle's going to play all that much, and I don't think he's going to be very good if and when he does play, because he's 33, 34, coming off of an Achilles tear.
Yeah, I want to go back and look at the normal timetable of recovery for Achilles tear, because I don't think it's very short. I feel like it's a close to like a year longish, probably like 10 months or something. So he's returning in November.
I think the best comp we would have to look at is like J.K. Dobbins when he tore his, but he was still like an early 20s running back, like because the only Achilles tear of note as of late have been quarterbacks, which isn't really the same kind of movement as you would need for Kittle. and they're all older outside of Daniel Jones.
See, here's the annoying part. Obviously, I Google Achilles tear recovery time, and the good old AI helper says 6 to 12 months. Very helpful. Thank you so much.
That's probably just to walk for like the average human. Like that's not like back to full strength for an elite athlete playing the most physical sport on earth.
Well, they do have the most well-trained and well-paid doctors and athletic trainers on the staff. So that's the only other benefit going on there, where they say at 8 months you're like, all right, you can run, and that will get you in tip top shape ASAP.
Yeah.
All right, where are we right now?
We are entering the 11th round.
Okay.
We have a 2-2-4-2. We feel good about quarterback and tight end. We can obviously add a third to both of those if we want, but we can also just be done with 2 if we want. Feel decent about wide receiver. Again, you're drafting Rashee Rice this high under the assumption he does not get suspended, and you're just getting a discount on him. If he's getting suspended, you're already so far behind the 8 ball that it's not looking great for your team anyways, so there's no reason to draft like that's going to happen. And you've got 2 unsexy but good running backs to kind of anchor everything. So I see some fun rookies here at the top. We have a lot of rookies already.
I know. I was just going to say, I know we both really like Casey Concepcion.
Yeah.
Emmett Johnson, I'm kind of rising on too.
I'm cool with that. We don't have a rookie running back yet. We could use like a little infusion of youth.
Sure.
And there's just no other wide receivers to take at this point, and I really don't want 3 rookie wide receivers this early.
And even if they are like all top 5 receivers, that's too much risk, in my opinion. That's a little too crazy.
Yeah. I mean, think about the 2024 class. I mean, if you'd had a team of Marv and Neighbors and Rome and Ladd and BTJ all on the same team, you're still not winning that much money. They didn't all really hit consistently or predictably for you. I will say if Concepcion comes all the way back to us, then I'll click the button.
Sure.
But let's see. I always like Dobbins. I like Benson. I think Dobbs and Shaheed are responsible here. It's like veteran guys that are going to have jobs and see targets. If we want a third,
is this the perfect word for that?
Yeah. If we want a third QB as well, like now's kind of the time. But I don't feel super inclined unless any of them are like really screaming out at you.
No. Again, as always, Kyler Murray sitting this far down. He
falls though.
There's so much high ceiling there, but yet he could just straight up just still be bad, or sit on the Cardinals as a backup somehow, which I highly doubt that happens. His paycheck will not allow that. I would just go with Trey Benson here. I do think he's probably going to leave camp as a starter.
Yeah.
Like, I know they love James Conner. I just think you spent a second round pick on a rookie running back. Like, it's now or never to see what he can do.
Yeah. And like, there's also, I'm starting to think Connor won't be back, but I don't know. I think it's purely just like how the front office sees what this season will be for the Cardinals. Like, if they are under the disillusion that they have a chance to compete in this division and want to do so, then they might bring Connor back. And but I think what they're going to accept is that they're kind of back in retooling, rebuilding phase for at least this upcoming year, if not 2 years. And at that point, like, yes, Connor's a great locker room guy and he's a fan favorite and all that, but like, he's also 30, expensive, and is blocking a huge investment at the position. So I'm starting to think he could just be cut. I think the entire team just kind of needs like a leadership upheaval from a player's perspective, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Like the report cards just came out. They weren't officially released, but they were leaked. Cardinals were second to last again for the second consecutive year, and locker room was an F minus. So definitely there was someone who was cancer in there, possibly multiple people. Everyone's going to assume it's Kyler. I don't know. I can't say for certain, but also not many people that are being paid that much money and are supposed to be the starting quarterback would just be happy-go-lucky about getting soft benched. So,
Right.
Speaking of the devil, he's falling. As usual. Also love Hunter. I think Downs is a good shout. I think McMillan's a good shout. Anyone else interesting to you on the screen?
On screen, like Mark Andrews is somehow still on this roster for the Ravens.
And he's gone.
I know.
They
They heard me. They're in the chat. I actually like Jalen McMillan the most.
Okay.
Like he saw very limited snaps last year, but he felt extremely used and important for this offense. I feel, I mean, this is very vibes based, so apologies for the stat folks out there. Like last season when he was breaking out, like he scored a touchdown every single week. That kind of felt like where he is going to kind of make his bread. Like this year, he was out for most of the year for the injury. Yeah. We got back to the end of the year, and he kind of hopped right back in. And I'm gonna actually look up his last few games there because I'm pretty sure it was not nothing. I'm pretty sure he had a game, but with either 100 and a touchdown or something like that.
He was out snapping Emeka Egbuka at the end of the season,
right?
Just straight up playing over him. It's been 2 years of 2 small samples with McMillan, but he's been legitimately good in both samples with 2 different play callers. Keep in mind, and I think it's real. They're legitimately talking about letting Mike Evans walk, and I think it's because McMillan and Egbuka gives them hope for the future, and they like Tez Johnson, and they still have Godwin under contract for a couple more years. I know it's weird that of all the receivers they're going to move on from, it's probably Mike Evans, but I think that they drafted Egbuka with the idea that Evans was in his last season for the team, and they had McMillan, and they for some reason have chosen Godwin as the lifer instead of Evans. I don't really know why, but whatever. I'm not gonna fight that. Is Kyler gonna fall all the way back to us again? That would be hilarious.
Come on. Come on.
Spears is always good. Judy is boring, but will get targets. Anyone else?
Theo Johnson would be the only one that's interesting, but I don't know where we're at. We're still at 2-2-2, right?
Yeah.
Let's stick with Spears.
Okay.
Man, 20 seconds is not a lot of time for me to do my whole long spiel about each individual player we queue up.
Someday we'll do an 8-hour per pick multi-day marathon draft of just talking about every single player for 8 hours each.
The people will love it. All right, so maybe I was a little hyperbolic with Jalen McMillan. He's kind of averaging 3 to 4 targets a game outside of one game where he had 115 yards. And that was against the Dolphins. He did have 7 catches in that game.
Yeah. I mean, still, who in this range is averaging more than that? I don't see anyone. Troy Franklin is and Pat Bryan cosplay as the Broncos wide receiver 2 by committee. Like, Kayshon Boutte is fully replaceable. Tyreek Hill might not play football. Like, Travis Hunter is a cornerback, but also a good wide receiver playing cornerback. Josh Downs was awful last year, and who knows what is going to happen there. Like, Calvin Ridley is frankly dust. Like, Jerry Judy's fine, but he's playing for the Browns, unfortunately. So his situation will not improve ever as long as he is a Brown. So, like, I think this is still a pretty appropriate spot for McMillan, if I'm honest.
I'm trying to remember which way. Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird when you get down here because you have to battle between the constant stream of news that you hear. So, like, especially with like someone like Travis Hunter, like you have to either ignore what you're hearing out of Jacksonville and say, all right, no, he's still going to be a great wide receiver, or you like just completely have him gone, right? So, like, we passed on Travis Hunter, and I think that was actually kind of the right call there. Because, again, like, unrelated, but they also have a super crowded room, right? The Jaguars. Yeah. And then there's, I don't know, still some other guys like you mentioned, Franklin. I don't know what we're doing there. I don't know what the Broncos are doing.
Yeah. I think we do need to catch up at wide receiver. Right now we're leaning pretty heavily on some rookies playing well early and Rashee Rice actually playing. Running back feels pretty strong. We could take a 6th later. I'd be totally fine stopping even at 5. Like, these two are always going to hit the lineup. Do you want to just do Theo and be done with tight end?
I would do this. My gut says this is the breakout time for him. Like, I think Theo Johnson's athletic enough and building that rapport with Jackson Dart where they can be a real, duo.
Yeah.
So I think now's, and then we can, happily stop at tight end and start thinking about some of these guys. Like,
we don't have Brock Purdy unstacked. We have his number 1 receiver. We have Christian McCaffrey.
We're so smart.
Somehow that never crossed my mind.
It's so simple sometimes. The game's very easy for us. We didn't even need to know.
Best ball is incredibly beatable with this one simple trick.
Any other? This is gonna sound bad. Trey Tucker to me of this list is the best. Like, I would like Omar Cooper, but unfortunately we did kind of dip our toes a little too early with our wide receivers.
Yeah. I think this is definitely the type of team where, like, you're just going to have a bunch of disgusting veterans as, like, your wide receiver 6 through 8, possibly 9, like your Darnell Mooney's, your Christian Kirks, your Keenan Allens. Like, you need to make sure that you're getting points, because you can't guarantee that Lemon or Tyson or both of them are giving you, like, actual spike weeks early in the season. I think running back, you feel pretty good. You've got McCaffrey and Kyron locked in every week. Emmett Johnson, if he goes somewhere, can hit your flex. Trey Benson, if he gets the job, can hit your flex. Tajay Spears is flex possible basically at any point. We'll go Trey Tucker. Yes, the Raiders are probably going to draft or sign a free agent, but Tucker's still going to get snaps. He's probably still going to be their wide receiver 2, if not their wide receiver 1. Whether that's good or bad is not really part of the discussion, but totally agree with you. I think Tucker gives you, and he has spike week potential. Like, this man dropped 40 points last year, just out of nowhere.
Because of course, why not?
Yep.
Yeah, I have very few words to say about Trey Tucker outside of maybe. Like, maybe that's the real deal. So might as well pick him up down here, huh?
Yeah. Like, Isaac Tesla over Trey Tucker feels purely just wishful thinking to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if there's no one he can overtake to get more playing time outside of the wide receiver 3 for Detroit. Like, where's the upside on him? Like, you would need like an Amon-Ra injury for Tesla to ever pay off.
Like, is that not even the Goff drafter? I thought it was.
Okay, it is. It's so he did
Okay.
have JMO, so Goff was not
Okay.
unstacked. You were right. He did
Okay.
take JMO. But yeah, he also took Tesla, which is like you're
same
literally
player.
you're betting that Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown are not part of the offense next year. Have fun. Good
Okay.
luck on that one.
Sure. Let alone Jahmyr Gibbs not being there.
Yeah. Like, more power to you, I suppose.
I don't know how to gracefully do this, but I need to step away for just half a second to go grab the box of tissues. So we're just going to just casually slide off screen here.
Alrighty. Thanks for not drawing attention to it. Folks, thanks for joining in with us as we're drafting. If you have not already signed up on Underdog and want to do so, you can do so with our promo code. That is FNPLUS, spelled FNPLUS. When you play $5 in Champions/Pick'ems, you will get $75 in bonus funds to use on whatever your heart desires on the Underdog app. It could be more Pick'ems, it could be best ball drafts. That part is up to you, but lots of good stuff on Underdog at this point. And frankly, I think there's a lot of stuff coming. There's a lot of really fun contests that will be dropping after the NFL draft occurs, which is happening sooner than you are thinking. I know it's happening sooner than I'm thinking, but I would say keep your eye out. Join in on the fun if you haven't already. We greatly appreciate it if you do. It means a lot to us. It really helps us out. Any thoughts as we're back on the clock here? Not many fun wide receivers.
Ryan Flournoy is
Okay.
someone who I keep looking at, but he, like, it sucks because Pickens did get franchise tagged, or he's like going to get franchise tagged.
Yeah.
But he was a non-impact player. Like he did get like 2 and 3 targets a game, and he didn't look bad. So who knows? Maybe he'll beat out Kevontae Turpin as like that third wideout.
I think he kind of did by the end of the season. Like, we're very deep in the weeds if we want to pull up like snap shares of the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver 3, but like Flournoy in his breakout game did it when Pickens and Lamb were both healthy and playing the entire game. Like, he didn't do it as like a stand-in where there was nothing left to play for. Like, the Cowboys had a game where Ryan Flournoy was the main tenet of their offense, and it worked. So I think he's definitely in play. I think he's pretty firmly going to be their wide receiver 3 unless they just draft someone out of nowhere. But yeah, I think Pickens is back. I think Lamb and Pickens are still elite, still going to be the main target earners. But, you know, we talked about earlier, this Cowboys offense is an offense that you do to some extent want to invest in. Like, they're going to score points. So I don't think Flournoy is a bad shout at all.
And keep an eye out on this draft from Dallas, because if they don't pick up any defensive players, then we're absolutely getting more Cowboys players in best ball drafts afterwards, because that defense was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, FNPLUS is gone, so the driver of the worst defense of all time is gone.
Yeah.
But hey, I don't know. Some things never change with the Cowboys.
Yeah. Wide receiver is not as gross as you think. Like, the names look gross, but they're not horrific. Who do you prefer of people I starred, or is there someone else that I haven't put up?
Oh, I would do. I'd probably pick Vele over Mooney because I don't know how much Falcons I want outside of London. And then I do like we picked Cooper Kupp in a different draft, and I'm like kind of coming around to it. Like if he does play, like he will be relevant.
Yeah, they're not going to cut him.
Right.
Like it's more likely that Shaheed is not back, and they're just rolling out Horton, Kupp, and JSN all year.
Yep.
Whether Seattle's offense is good is a different question and a fair question, but like, you know, he's going to play unless he retires. I don't know why he would retire. It's not like he's been chasing a Super Bowl ring and finally got it. Like he already had one. This is his second. Like if he wants to retire, he's going to retire, but I don't think he was like in some type of like lifelong chase that's finally been fulfilled and now he can just ride off into the sunset. He probably will retire when he is no longer making money. And right now he's still making a lot of money. So I don't see it.
And I believe he's home. Like I think he's like from Washington.
I think so. Or somewhere in like the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. But yeah. I think Kupp is a good pick. Could be the pick if he's still there when he comes back around. Are you comfortable stopping at 5 running backs, or do you want to add a 6th to this team? We have 2 picks left.
I want to see who our very last pick is. Because I'm comfortable stopping at 5.
Okay.
My rookie brain says let's grab one more rookie running back and let's see if they can surprise.
Yeah.
Like if they're just a 0 all season, sure, whatever.
Yep. Yeah.
But
I don't think we need a quarterback. I think quarterback is firmly just not on the list. We're good with 2. We'll see what happens there. I think it's purely just 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, or if we just go 2 wide receiver and keep peppering that position.
Maybe it is just continually just go wide receiver and just say whatever. Like there's interesting names there, especially like Mike Washington, Caleb Johnson. Like those are not anymore, but like they're players who could do something. They have a path.
Yeah.
But do we care enough?
Yes.
I
would do Chris Bell. Like Chris Bell or Ted Hurst has been interesting to me, just of like size, speed, athleticism, like X's. Chris Bell could have been a 1st-round pick if he didn't tear his ACL in college. Ted Hurst could rise significantly in the next 3 days if he, if he runs a sub 4.45 at 6'3", 210 pounds. Like he's gonna get the Dante Thornton treatment, but like actually produced in college as well, even if it was for Georgia State. So couple interesting names. I do think a vet wide receiver is the pick here. Do you want to go Kupp again? Do you want Keenan, Bateman? Noel is interesting.
Let's go Kupp again. Okay. I think Allen is the lowest for me.
Okay.
Retires? Yeah. Well, not even retire. I just think that a new offensive coordinator is going to prefer like the more I'll call them the more exciting players like Trey Harris and Gadsden and QJ. Like they all have skills that they don't necessarily need as much with Allen anymore. And I think if anything, Allen plays, it's just to help warm up younger players in the first half of the season. And it's just going to kind of like exactly what he did this past year. He kind of just fades his obscurity in the back half of the year.
Yeah. It's very rare to go 4 tight end, but I also really think that Stowers is going to massively rise in ADP after the combine. I don't think we need him, but he would be like a fun 4th tight end to just tack on.
We're making that bet that a tight end's hitting our flex like semi-regularly though.
Yeah.
And I don't dislike it because our wide receiver group is kind of wacky.
It is.
So maybe it is right. Maybe this is just kind of correct.
I think for me, it's pretty firmly Bell or Stowers. Do you have a lean?
Then I would go Bell because I think, as much as I love Stowers, like I think Bell is going to be someone we forget about because he is going to go in the like second round or probably like at least day 2, so probably
Yeah.
third round, and we're gonna be like, whatever. He's got a semi-good capital. Let's see what he's got. And then he goes out and plays, and you're like, oh yeah, that's a big, fast dude who's really good at football.
Yep.
We are doing another draft. Or at least we're gonna try to.
Absolutely. It'll be another little board. So if you've got $3 floating around in the bank account there on Underdog, we'll do a countdown this time. Got a few people in here watching with us. Really appreciate y'all. And go ahead and recap the team here and then hop into another draft. So we went with a pretty unique build, I would say, but I think it makes sense for how we built the team. A 2-5-10-3. Got Jackson Dart and Brock Purdy at quarterback. Feel good about that. 2 high floor, high ceiling type of QBs. Didn't have to spend too early a pick on either of them. Running back, we've got a comfy 5 of Christian McCaffrey, Kyron Williams, Emmett Johnson, Trey Benson, and Tajay Spears. Wide receiver, we have Drake London, Rashee Rice, Mekhi Lemon, Jordan Tyson, Jalen McMillan, Trey Tucker, Ryan Flanoy, Devon Vele, Cooper Kupp, and Chris Bell. And then at tight end, we have the trio of Sam Laporta, Aronde Gadsden, and Theo Johnson. Thoughts on the team?
I like our intimate running back room.
Same.
Like, I think obviously, like we said a couple times now, it's gonna be CMC, it's gonna be Kyron hitting our lineup more often than not.
Yep.
But I like the potential of Emmett Johnson to try to be, like a weekly kind of flex player. And Trey Benson and Tajay Spears, like I like making the bet that these are younger players who have a chance to actually do something cool this season. The door is open for them, and if we are right, then I think we are going to really see the benefits of that, especially in this type of draft where we have very few running backs.
Yeah. And I think this is a good indicator and a good example of something that I also wanted to kind of stress as we do these drafts is like, when you think of having a thin running back room, you usually just assume that you need to go robust for that. You need to take 4 of your first 5 picks are running backs and then you're just done. But you don't have to do that if you build like very carefully and very intentionally. Like we're betting that Christian McCaffrey can give us 90% of what he gave you last season, which I think if he stays healthy is probably pretty likely. Like nothing else is changing in San Fran except they might actually get wide receivers that stay on the field. Kyron Williams, everyone is just like Blake Corum broke out and it's like didn't really matter. Like Kyron was still good for fantasy. He's under contract. They just signed him to a large, fat contract. Like he's playing. Emmett Johnson's going to get day 2 draft capital almost certainly, unless he like absolutely catastrophically busts at the combine, which I doubt. Trey Benson, like we've talked about, has 2nd round draft capital in a vague, open running back room that could have competition or could just be him. And Tajay Spears is in a similar situation. Like he could have Tony Pollard back. He could have no one back. He could have Jeremiah Love there. We don't know, but he's not getting played off the field regardless. Even if they take Love, like they're going to use Tajay Spears. They love this guy. Like they absolutely love throwing him the ball. So don't think that you go ahead.
Yeah, and we love a running back who catches a lot of balls.
Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of what I want to really emphasize is like you can go thin at running back without having to go robust at running back. And those are the room. This is the type of team that could like really win a lot of money if you hit on the correct pieces, because you have so many options at receiver to hit your lineup every week. You have 3 solid athleticism based tight end bets. You have 2 good quarterbacks that are not elite but could still put up elite numbers in a good season. And then you're just kind of making the bet that you picked 5 healthy running backs, which has kind of been an okay bet the last 2 years. Whether that continues or not is not something that any of us can know, but we have some data to say that it's possible.
And as long as we don't believe in the electrical substation theory with the 49ers, they should all, both Purdy and CMC should stay healthy this year.
Absolutely. Alrighty, folks, we're going to hop into another little board draft here. I will count us down from 10, jump in around the time I say 7, and you should be entering at the same time as we enter. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
So
Okay.
we
7
talked about how Purdy might not be elite. You know who was the third leading rusher on that offense?
Brock Purdy.
You bet it was.
Yeah.
And he averaged 4.5 a carry.
He like
get him back there in the I formation.
The last 2 seasons he has legitimately like scrambled like at a pretty decent clip. Like he definitely did not as the beginning of his career, but as he's grown comfortable, as he's truly become the franchise QB, like he's not afraid to just take off, and he does it well. He definitely has like he's like Patrick Mahomes, but a lot less squirrely. But like Mahomes is very calculated when he's running. Like he's not going to just scramble to pick up 3 yards on second down. Like he's gonna run to pick up a first down on 3rd and 9. Like that's kind of what Purdy does, just not quite as proficiently.
3 touchdowns too.
Yeah.
Very, in 9 games, that's kind of a really good percentage considering he was a QB with CMC on the team.
Yeah. And they loved Brian Robinson. Like they've traded for Brian Robinson. Like
they sure do.
I don't know if they're bringing him back. He is a free agent, if I'm remembering correctly. That's why he was easy to trade for, because Washington didn't want to pay him, which like fair. But San Francisco backup running back situation for the 460th year in a row is going to be very interesting to monitor. There's a lot of Jordan James talk at this point in the offseason. Just because Brian Robinson's a free agent doesn't mean that they're not going to bring him back. They still have Isaac Guerendo. They most likely are going to draft someone in the 3rd round again, because they always draft someone in the 3rd round every single season. So that'll be a fun position group to keep tabs on.
I need to relook at some of the running backs and, pretty much like pinpoint, all right, that's our 49ers running back. Just freak athlete that they don't know what to do with, like the Guerendo type. We'll figure it out down the line. And then they just don't. They just forget about them. The Trey Sermon option as well.
My first pass at a guess would be Jaden Ott, but we also aren't going to get combine numbers on him, so we don't know.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's crazy. I get it.
It happens every year.
2 games?
Yeah, like it's literally just there's just a few guys every year where it's just like they should have been invited to the combine. That's kind of weird that you didn't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it ever really has played out to be like a miss, though. Like, has there ever been a guy that was not invited to the combine where we were very clearly like, oh yeah, if he had run and we had known his numbers and the NFL had known his numbers and drafted him around higher, like we would have very clearly all been in on him.
Did Puka run? Was Puka invited?
Don't know. I want to say no because he was injured.
Let me find.
Wrong,
Let me see if. Just type in combine.
We got the 112 this time, so
Okay.
we're gonna have a lot of time to think about it and no time to do it. Maybe like Tyreek Hill, like he probably would have broke the combine if he were invited. I imagine.
Yes, that's a good call.
He's probably someone who like, but again, like, was he really that fantastic coming out of college? I don't think so.
Hill, I thought was always just. It was obvious that he was insanely athletic.
Yeah.
And like insanely dangerously speedy.
Yeah.
But he was playing running back half the time.
Yep.
So why would anyone want a 5'9", 5'10", like to 190 running back? Like that's pretty rare to find success in the NFL.
Yeah. Out of a smaller school with little competition. And then, he became the wide receiver one. Much like Antonio Brown, just not the same story. Yeah. And now Puka. It seems like we get one fifth round or later wide receiver that just absolutely breaks the NFL every like 8 to 10 years, just like clockwork.
I don't know if he went to the combine, Puka, but he has like all the next gen stats lined up to him.
Does he have an RAS?
That's what we're not talking about. That's what we need. His prospect grade though is a 5.8, which is an average backup or special teamer. So nailed it.
Just so close.
We'll see if Puka Nacua can maybe like get. He's probably like a kickoff guy, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Pure kick returner.
To kind of go full circle, Sonny Styles got a perfect 10 on the RAS.
I'm sure Arvell Reese is probably like a 9.8. I mean, he ran faster than Styles did, but I think he also weighed less, which will play some type of impact. Do you want to just go chalk here? Do you want to do something weird? What are we feeling?
Right, we're drafting. We're not just talking about combine stuff. Well, how like all right, so if we were to get weird, well, like to get weird, it ends up being what? Like
what popped in my head,
wide out and McBride.
I was thinking Jefferson and London.
Ooh, I can get behind that. Why not? Like, I think if we believe, maybe not Anthony Richardson, but like the story of buying a new QB for Jefferson and getting him in the 12th spot along with London in the 201.
Yeah,
that seems pretty dang lethal to me.
And that's kind of, you do want to have unique combinations. It's going to be relatively unique to have 2 second-round-ish players together that are supposed to be like middle to early second rounders. And like you said, like there's absolutely and easily a world where they should have been the like the 8th and 10th best players in the first round when it all is all said and done. Like this is a world where CMC gets hurt and James Cook regresses a little bit and gets screwed out of touchdowns by Josh Allen, and Achane is on an absolutely horrific Dolphins team, and the Raiders don't get as good as we hope, and it actually should have just been Jefferson and London this whole time. Like that's a feasible world.
It's not far-fetched at all.
Yeah. It's also interesting that the guy ahead of us went very unique as well, I guess. taking Saquon in the first and Derrick Henry in the second, and both of them are like back end of the second ADPs. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting to pass for HN.
I mean,
I don't know if I would do that.
I get the fear on Achan. I don't agree with it, but I get it. Like, this is a Bobby Slowick offense with, I don't even know what your best case scenario quarterback is.
But so I'll say this, we don't love the Bobby Slowick offense, except the fact that didn't they have like Joe Mixon have 1,000-yard rushing season under Bobby Slowick?
Yeah.
Or I got like what 2023? Because
no, it was 24. No, 23. You're right. Yeah. Because he was fired in 24 because they sucked so badly. And then last year they still sucked, but it wasn't him. That's a sexy start at the 1 hole, by the way.
At the 101?
Yeah. Bijan, Bowers, and Olave.
Well, I guess we're legally obligated to finish the draft.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out who was like their main running back. Oh, it was Devin Singletary and Dameon Pierce.
Yeah.
So if Devin Singletary, I'm looking here, he had 150-yard game, 112-yard game, 121-yard game. Like, I think Achan is going to be fine. I think he's more talented than Singletary and Dameon Pierce. I think that might be my most scalding hot take of the offseason.
I agree with you. I have the same opinion, but I can also still see that someone would spin the idea of like, their quarterback is Quinn Ewers or like some day 3 QB from this draft class, which is basically the equivalent of Quinn Ewers. Their offensive line is worse than the Texans' offensive line was in 2023. The QB is far worse than rookie CJ Stroud. Their weapons are worse than Nico Collins and rookie Tank Dell. And they had a third guy that year, didn't they? Or maybe they didn't. No, because they had Diggs next year.
Yeah, they had Diggs in 2024.
I guess it was like Noah Brown for 2 games.
More than 2 games. I can see he was a leading receiver in at least 4.
That's right. He had like multiple 150-yard games.
He did.
And somehow CJ Stroud still wasn't that good for fantasy. We could go ETN. Yeah, sorry. We could go ETN, or we could just go full 0 RB here.
With who's here, I would go 0 RB. Like, I like Ladd here. I do like Garrett Wilson. I'd probably pick Zay Flowers instead, but
okay.
Like, I think these two are locked and loaded no matter what. Like, tied to excellent QBs.
Yeah. Or do you want Devontae? Or is this too high for you on him?
It's not that high. I don't know.
I'm cool with Zay.
I think Zay Flowers is, quote unquote, a little safer. And that's stupid to say considering what we saw from Devontae Adams this past season. The combination of age of Stafford and Adams, like, how much more can we keep gambling on this? But
well, and Adams is at the age of like, when things start breaking down, they really start breaking down, and like it takes forever to come back from. So I do think that there's absolutely like a pretty sizable amount of risk associated with Devontae at this point, despite him being on a good offense with a team that feels utterly compelled to use him as the goal line back.
Yeah. That was kind of the only retort I had to my own like thought process. They're not using Devontae Adams in the same way that they're going to use everyone else on that team. Like, he is just a short yardage, I don't know, specialist. Yeah. So he's always going to get looks in the red zone and the most valuable touches. And at that age, like, he's probably better than anybody else across this field from him. So, I don't know. We'll see what the rest of the room thinks about Devontae Adams. And if he goes towards the back half of the 4th, I'll feel kind of okay with that. I'll feel pretty vindicated. All right.
I mean, That's at his ADP, to be fair. Like his ADP is 42. Garrett Wilson's actually the one who falls out of that group, interestingly enough.
The fear of whatever they're going to do at QB.
I think it's valid. Like I've dropped Breece Hall several positions because he's probably going to remain a Jet. Like,
yeah,
I don't really want that. Like, there's also a chance the Jets unfortunately draft one of these top 3 guys. Like, that's fully in the cards of them like prepping for 2027 when they actually do draft their quarterback with their, I think they have 3 first-round picks in 2027, maybe just 2.
No, I think it's. I think they got no. I don't think the Colts had 2 first-round picks.
No, but they have the Cowboys from the Quinn and Williams trade.
Yeah, so all right. So 3 first-round picks.
Yeah. So like they have 3 first-round picks next year. Like they're absolutely getting a quarterback, even if they don't suck, but they're going to suck. Like
one more year of Justin Fields, huh?
Unless they're the Kyler team, that's the only chance that they don't just get penciled in to suck immediately. Even with Kyler, they could still suck, but he at least gives them an upside that they've maybe have never had at the position since Joe Namath. Like, I wish I was joking at that statement.
Hey, Mark Sanchez brought them to a playoff game. They got to the conference game, I think.
Their defense brought them to a conference game.
We can pull Sanchez, all you want.
Mark Sanchez was holding on for dear life in that playoff run. He was, when he wasn't running into his own lineman's rear end, he was very much just the guy that was the quarterback for an otherwise great team. Like, I think Sam Darnold is a much better quarterback than what Mark Sanchez was, but they were in similar positions, to be honest.
USC just keeps churning out the same quarterback, huh?
Unfortunately, as a Cardinals fan, I know that too well because we took the biggest bust out of all of them with Matt Leinart.
Oh, come on. It's because he was a lefty. That's not your fault. No one could have seen that happening.
He was also just historically bad at everything.
Yeah. Who knew having Reggie Bush on your team was helpful to your draft stock?
I wish more than anything that Reggie Bush was playing in today's NFL, because that man would be like, he's basically would just be Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
I see 3 fun receivers to draft our 5th and 6th and then legitimately be done.
I would be okay taking Tate this time around and like going Tate Tyson. That's like pretty crazy. I think we go with Dunze instead. Yeah, I think how you have is I think the correct way to do it.
Yeah, I think Tyson has a bit more risk than the other 2. And like if we're gonna stop at 6, which we could, like you don't really want a risk profile in there. You want like huge upside with safe floor. And I think that's like that's a really wonderful 6 wide receivers. Like you can't really get much better than that.
Within reason, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, obviously you look at it and you go like, oh, why did you get blah, blah, blah? Like, stop it. We're at the 112. We capitalized on falling value, and I think this is a pretty dang good lineup here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that does mean we have a hurdle at the running back position.
We do, but there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys late. It's very early to say for certain. We're going to have to see who comes back around. If I had to pick a position to like fully punt, I would say tight end is that position here. Like we should not be looking at mid-range tight ends for this team. We should just be like 20th through 18th round picks are 3 tight ends, and then we figure it out.
Yeah. I hope I didn't just cough into the mic. I thought I hit mute.
Oh,
I did.
I think you would.
Okay, good. Yeah, I agree. I think this is a perfect just completely like this actually feels kind of like a fun like last round Stowers and well, so there was one like Gunnar Helm even.
Yeah, like Helm, Fryermuth, and Stowers, like A-okay with that. That's a totally fine, not gonna lose you, not gonna win you type of tight end room.
Warren
also
and
don't.
7 seems so good to me.
I love both of these guys at their price for sure. That is also kind of the sucky thing about 84 and 85 is that's like staring down the Kyle Pitts, Sam Laporta hole.
Okay.
But like, I still don't think we do it, to be honest. There's some interesting stuff happening in this draft. Dak in the 7th.
Do they have CD? And they just like super reached?
Nope. Just unstacked.
Okay.
Yep. Like Alec Pierce in the 6th feels high. He has 2 Buccaneers wide receivers. That is a team for sure. That is one of the teams of all time.
those are legal players to select in that order for sure.
Yeah. And we're unfortunately staring down the barrel of more wide receivers. Do we?
So, in my like, I know we said we really just went on the huge rant of punting, but like Tucker Kraft and Kyle Pitts, this seems incredibly good. Or we take Justin Herbert and try to stack with Ladd. I don't think that's really worth it though.
Oh, we do have Ladd.
Yeah.
We should. I think we do Kraft and Herbert then.
Okay.
I forgot we had Ladd because otherwise I was like, I don't want to take Herbert because then I have to go back try and pray for Gadsden. But we have Ladd, so I think that stack is good. But yeah, all the value is tight end and wide receiver. So,
yeah, like this is like I think trying to sell ourselves on Corum and Manungai right here when all those other names were on the board is incorrect. Maybe the real incorrect thing was actually to not take QJ here.
I don't want my first 7 picks to be wide receiver, 2 from the same team. You know.
I mean I completely agree. I think this is one of those moments where I got very excited about just the sheer upside of the guys that were in front of me. And I'm just thinking like, yeah, like I will certainly take the wide receiver 1 of the Green Bay Packers and I guess the wide receiver 2 of the Falcons this late.
If Herbert wasn't there or we didn't have Ladd, I was fully in on Kraft and Pitts.
Yeah.
But otherwise, our stacking partners currently is JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix, and that's it. So
fair enough.
It was kind of just and we're not planning on grabbing almost any other players to stack besides a couple tight ends. So it's like, I think Herbert, because he was stacked, it's just like, and he does have like QB1 overall upside. It's less likely than most other quarterbacks that go before him, but like we have just talked about how much we like Mike McDaniel's offense. Like he could get there.
Man, what's going on here? Dart into Mahomes, went Caleb Williams into Brock Purdy. Someone did go Manungai.
Yeah. I was really I was begging for Hurts to come all the way back to us. That was a pretty large slide for him.
Shocking. Shocking the Dak drafter looked at Jalen Hurts and said, nah, that's got to be a Cowboys fan, right?
But he would have taken CD at 4, wouldn't he have? I mean, I guess Gibbs fell, so he probably felt he couldn't take.
Could you imagine getting Gibbs at the 105?
I would love to imagine that.
I guess that, again, you're just sitting there between JSN and Gibbs It's like, what do I do? This isn't supposed to happen.
And he got Hampton at the 209. And then he followed it up with Igbuka, Evans, Pearson, and unstacked Dak Prescott. Brother.
Handed little bro the controller and just said, it's okay. We can't mess up this draft up anymore.
You are crashing the plane, my friend. You need to remember your pilot's training. Oh, good. Double stacking unstacked Chargers.
It's okay. No, it makes sense for sure.
That'll work.
Like,
not my draft.
I feel silly sometimes saying stuff like that because obviously anyone can draft and anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
It's just the idea of percentages and just likelihoods and trying to play the game to give you the best odds of winning. And when you know that you just need the highest amount of points, like I feel like it's been really well recorded and well known that stacking helps you a lot. It's not the end all be all, but then when you are diving into an offense that you're not really bought into with the QB, it feels, I don't know. I can't explain it because I could be wrong and none of this matters.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I was really wishing Laporta would fall back to us.
Okay.
Everything is wide receiver again.
Jonah Coleman.
Yeah. He's for sure one of them. I mean, Montgomery's not horrific, I guess, especially in a 0 RB room, but if he's not a Lion, that feels unfun.
Is he a free agent too?
He's a cut candidate more. He's currently a Lion, but or we take Kincaid. You said Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you prefer Bill over Montgomery?
Kinda.
Okay.
Only because Bill is like legitimately the only running back on the roster who's on a contract.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they won't draft another player, but there's so many more needs around that team that if they pick a running back in this draft outside of like the 6th or 7th round, that feels like a throw.
Yeah. I don't even know what the 11 hole is doing either. Unstacked Goff, unstacked Baker.
Having a good time. I guess the idea is that you are legitimately trying to get any quarterback at this point. Like who's even left? Darnold, Mendoza. Shuck was there. You idiot. Oh, you fool, 11th drafter.
The Shuck Master, Darnold, Mendoza. Shuck is very binary, though. You either really love his price or you absolutely hate him at cost. I don't think there's really an in-between. So, we also have...
I've been muted the whole time. You can... He should have been waiting on Bryce because he's McMillan.
Yeah. We also have the Josh Allen drafter, who's the only team with 3 quarterbacks so far for reasons. They're at least stacked, so I'm not going to be angry about it.
He does something.
He has McCaffrey with Purdy, and then Caleb and Loveland. But taking 3 quarterbacks in the first 8 rounds, including the quarterback 1, is not how I would allocate my draft resources.
Imagine that roster with AJ Brown instead.
Yeah. AJ Rashi Rice, woo. That's basically our roster from last draft. Either way, Again, we're not right. We have no idea if we're right. We're guessing. But as a reminder, folks, stacking is incredibly important in best ball. Whenever you can help it, you should be doing it. It's simply making one less bet for when the money weeks happen. You're betting that not only did the quarterback go off, but the wide receiver you drafted with him is the one that helped him go off. If you get that bet correctly, that's one less position you have to worry about because you're getting a winning score from two positions instead of just a winning score from one. So it's the theory of stacking. It has proven to work over a large sample of many years now. It obviously is not a one-to-one. If you stack, you will win, but if you stack, you are more likely to win because you are purposefully constructing your team in a way where you are making less bets on how you need to win compared to the rest of the field.
And that's, I mean, in a very silly way to say it, but don't you want to make less bets? Like, don't you want to gamble like a little less, have more quote unquote certainty in an already kind of crazy game?
Yep.
I don't know. Just thoughts. Just thoughts.
We're entering the no one likes them except for me veteran running back range. I'm definitely hopeful for two guys that we feel good about to add to this room. We've got our two young upside players already. There will be plenty of upside to take as the draft goes on at the running back position. But right now we've got a 1-2-6-1. Herbert as the lone quarterback. Kraft is the lone tight end. Started 6 straight receivers with Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Ladd McConkey, Zay Flowers, Carnell Tate, and Roma Dunze. Coleman and Bill at running back. This draft is taking forever.
People are just really trying to crunch the numbers in between each pick. I get it. I respect the hustle. But come on. I think we need new numbers if that's our outcome there.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Don't you do it, 11 hole. Don't you do it. Thank you. It's definitely Emmett.
Wait. Isn't that the third? Sorry. We'll make our picks and then I'll chat.
Yeah. Do you like Connor, Mason, Kamara, or do you want a tight end or a quarterback with the second pick?
No, I definitely want 2 running backs. I like Johnson, and then I think like my gut keeps saying Kamara. I don't know if it's right though.
My only pushback is that Kamara falls a lot. Like he could be there with our next pick.
Then maybe it is just Jordan Mason.
Okay.
Because again, if there's a real quarterback, like that lifts everybody. Like,
yeah.
I know, Connor. I know. And maybe I should be having you draft James Conner so you can watch the Cardinals and be like, there we go. I knew it. The heartbeat of this offense. But
I think Mason and Connor are pretty comparable, except Mason's the guy that's not getting cut from his team versus the guy that might be. Like Mason's definitely a Viking next year. The question is Aaron Jones? And if not Aaron Jones, who is it? But like you said, if Kyler is a Viking, if Jacoby Brissett is a Viking, if Aaron Rodgers is a Viking, like Jordan Mason's going to be a pretty solid running back for you, especially taking him. Where did we just grab him? In the 12th round? Like,
sure.
Like the worst case scenario happened last year for that offense, and he was mediocre, and that's fine. It almost certainly cannot get worse than what we had last year. Like maybe they do run it back with McCarthy, but maybe McCarthy actually improves in year 3. Maybe it's Anthony Richardson, but Anthony Richardson like opens up a lot of stuff for the running game because he's a dual threat quarterback. Like, I trust KOC more than anything else. And they have at least acknowledged and are currently acknowledging that like they can't just sit pat at quarterback. Like, they have to try something.
Right.
So could be Malik Willis. Who knows? Like, Vikings feel like the type of team that could easily just kind of free up some cap space and be like, yeah, here's $28 million.
I'm still trying to figure out what 11's cooking up here.
I mean, they at least did stack Bryce with McMillan. They just
I guess with those QBs, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Asterisks.
The other two are unstacked, but Mayfield's
now.
Yeah,
Just still on the board.
He is. Mayfield is back stackable with McMillan if he gets all the way back around. Or Kate Otten if you think he goes back, which I think he does. I don't think it matters, but I think he does.
I would be shocked if anyone decided to pick Kate on without Baker Mayfield already on their roster.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping Kyler would come all the way back around, so that's a bit of a bummer.
Because now we're staring at Malik Willis.
I mean, we were talking about we're either going to go fully late tight end or fully late quarterback. We just happened to get really good value on one of each of the position, but we were fully prepared to have a disgusting quarterback room or a disgusting tight end room. And I think we still probably want to commit to that. And just like these last 3 to 4 picks are just some gross QBs and tight ends, unless like we get a real value that we feel good about.
Yeah. And I'm already thinking, I'm pretty sure like Daniel Jones still goes pretty dang late, right? Like,
not late, but he is still available. He goes almost.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
He goes close to Cam Ward, which feels wrong. I don't know why you would take him that high, but he does.
People love them Titans, man.
Yeah.
They saw Cam Ward against the Seattle Seahawks that one time and said, yes. That's the real deal.
Yeah. Unfortunately, again, all the value on the board is tight end and quarterback right now.
Well, we'll see where the next few guys go here because Tajay Spears again.
Yeah.
Like, we don't hate it. Like, I think I don't know if we've drafted Rachaad White yet.
Did we take Tucker last week?
I think we did. I think we took Tucker one time at least, I think last week.
Yeah. Now we've taken a Bucks backup running back. Which one? Don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. All the quarterbacks are gone. We also do have Drake London, so like reaching slightly to take Michael Penix is not like unforgivable.
Okay. I'm less excited about that. But at least for this, right? I think you're like we're kind of handcuffed in the fact that the main value here is just tight end.
Yeah.
I
would love Juwan Johnson.
11's gonna do it. He's been doing it all day.
He only has one tight end, so it would make sense for him to do it. He does not.
Troy Franklin. Like, yeah. I don't think it's Mark Andrews. I think it's Juwan Johnson if we're gonna go tight end.
Do you want Spears, White, Penix, someone else?
I think we just go Johnson into Penix.
Okay.
Because everybody else feels exactly the same. Like all of those running backs feel the same exact to me. I know this is kind of an egregious reach, but he's probably not going to come back if someone does want another QB.
But do we care if he doesn't come back?
Not really. That's the real answer. The real answer is we don't care. So it's
I'd rather have Spears or White.
Let's go White. Yeah. Let's go Spears.
Okay. The clock did the fake out thing of you have 8 seconds and pick.
Just kidding.
I think Spears or White makes more sense for this team though. Like truly, what is the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Michael Penix?
One has 2 working legs.
Yeah, and it's the 41-year-old. Like Penix could start on PUP. He will be the starter most likely, but also like Stefanski was very much not committing to him at all, and neither was the front office. Like they feel not certain to move on from Penix, but they also don't feel like they think they need to keep. I now see why the quarterback room has been dried up. We've got a 5 QB team here.
What?
Like after Tyler Shuck, just why? What's
Wait, what? So 5-4-4-0.
the 5-5-4-0 now? They've got Charbonnet.
I would love to know why, because I think the idea is you are worried about the health of Jones. You're worried about the health of, the ability of Mendoza. But at that point, you already have Shuck, Bo Nix, and then who? They've Caleb
Joe
too.
Burrow.
Oh, Burrow.
Unstacked, by the way. No, I'm sorry. He has Chase Brown. Just weirdly stacked, but it is stacked technically.
Okay, sure.
Like, there's no reason. Like, there's just none.
And also, if you're in the chat and you join this lobby and this is you, please let us know. And I would love, I want to know what we're going on here, like what we're thinking about. And I'm sorry that we're kind of dunking on you a little bit, but this is we're gonna treat it as a learning experience.
Like, one of these could be an auto pick. Absolutely, that happens. Both of them,
Pretty rare.
like Mendoza was the top of ADP. He could have been an auto pick. Jones was not the top of ADP. He was,
unless you were queued up.
Yeah, he was picked over Malik Willis, like purposefully, or literally anyone else.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Quick number crunch here. Because I guess 3 is not the worst. So a lot of teams have 3 quarterbacks already.
Yeah.
Which is.
But there's also
kind of crazy too.
2 other teams besides us that only has 1 because they've been starved out of it by the 5-teamer.
It's like the real NFL right now.
Yeah.
We had so many teams with just no quarterbacks. Where's Tyson Bagent when we need him?
I mean, this is looking like a Jacoby Brissett, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Shadur Sanders kind of team, to be honest with you. Which I don't, for a 0 RB team, like, we've got Herbert. He's going to hit the lineup most weeks anyways. You've got Kraft. He's going to hit the lineup most weeks anyways. Like, everyone else is just kind of there to be there, but isn't necessarily like actually giving you anything meaningful.
Man, is Shadur going to be like fantasy relevant this year?
He's probably going to start the whole year unless they're just absolutely insane and they press the Deshaun Watson button again.
Oh, they're gonna.
They might. They're the Browns. But
Ron Monken said, "Give me some of that, man." Oh boy.
Well, we've got an interesting development here. We're going to see how this plays out. All right. That's right. Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, get the Allens in here.
Don't need a third tight end.
Where's a boy Eli?
We could take McCarthy. We have Jefferson and Mason.
At least JJ McCarthy can run. I can gaslight myself into picking JJ McCarthy all day.
Okay. Do you have an Allen preference?
Probably Braylon,
Okay.
only because he's been in the NFL. I don't know where Katron's going to go. I'm not really excited about him landing on a bad team or like landing on a team with already like real running back.
He could be a
So
Jet.
he could be a Jet. You're not wrong, which is terrifying.
Yep.
I do think it's super silly still that Brees Hall will get franchise tagged if they can't make a deal. Because
it's purely for compensation.
I guess.
Like they just want to pick next year for losing him, pretty much.
Awful.
Makes sense from
this guy hostage.
I know. It makes sense from a pure franchise standpoint, from an aesthetics player, every other standpoint. It makes zero sense and just annoys one of your like top 3 players on your team. So
I heard that's very good for your locker room for a second year head coach.
Yeah, for the worst vibes franchise in football, which is saying a lot because the Browns and Cardinals exist. And somehow the Jets have worse vibes than both of them.
Oh, yeah, they always do. It's just because their owner is so bad. The Titans' vibes are not awesome. They just traded away Tavondre Sweat, which I feel like that was very cheap.
I mean, they at least have a franchise quarterback and a new head coach, so it's at least like you can make up the idea of the optimism, but
sure.
The Jets have nothing at quarterback. They have a coach that everyone knows is getting fired after this season, and they're still the Jets. The Browns have 8 quarterbacks on the roster that they're paying like $75 million to. None of them are good. They have a one-and-done head coach, and the Cardinals have half of a starting quarterback and no cap room. And yeah, it's just fun times all around here in the basement.
When you mentioned about the Cardinals like competing, even getting close to competing this season, I kind of forgot what the NFC West, NFC West looks like.
Yeah,
and all teams which won 12 or more games, all of them went to the playoffs, and
like literally the
Cardinals
in the NFC.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Well, now's a good time to at least tank, right? You wait till Stafford gets too old. That's about it. Like that's
yeah. I mean, the Niners will eventually figure out whatever voodoo magic is going on with their franchise. Like the Seahawks just won the Super Bowl and have that entire core locked up for 5 years, except for the OC, which is like now the only question mark on the team is Kenneth Walker still there, and is their play caller good at all?
Right. Did they already announce who the new play caller is going to be?
Yeah, I don't remember his name. He was like the tight ends coach of the 49ers last year.
Okay. So a name we won't hear about until, again, in August.
Yeah, he's either going to be like one of those guys where it's just like, oh my gosh, how did no one else find this guy? Or he's going to be like, why on earth did you hire him?
Okay, he was clearly just a new hire that didn't get it done. Okay, moving on.
Yep.
Next guy up.
There are a lot of teams that already have a lot of running backs that are just grabbing more running backs right now.
Yeah, let's go. What's going on our queue here? What can we even do?
Pray.
Oh gosh.
There's nothing. Like
there's Shadur.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, yeah, we're already in like the dredges of the running back position at this point. And we need at least 2 more, if not more than 2 more.
Like, I think now was when we, like, I don't know about Emmanuel Wilson, but I guess he was pretty good in his time playing without Josh Jacobs. Like I'm pretty sure he had like an RB1 week, right? He like 20
Yeah.
points or something.
My
All right,
thing is
maybe
also,
that's an angle.
yeah, I just don't think anyone they draft is going to be better than him either. If they draft anyone, like this is a bad running back class.
Yeah.
Do you just
Like, I'm
want to
like,
do top two, or is other people interesting?
I would go Mike Washington over Caleb Johnson. I don't have any faith in him, even with a new head coach, a new play caller.
Yeah,
Like I will be happy to be wrong because I really thought he was going to be something, and then he just, turned to dust.
yep. Do you want Shadur or Rogers here? Or do we just want to
Not
push?
Rodgers. No. All right, I'm going with my real brain here. Just go with Mike Washington. Let's just get
Okay.
another running back who might be something fun.
Yeah.
Let's not risk playing Shadur, who might not even start.
Yeah. I mean, Shadur's going to start. I just don't know for how long and if he's going to be any good.
Fair enough.
Like, there's almost no way that they go into the season with Deshaun Watson as the announced starter. But I do think there's a very viable, very possible world where Shadur is not any good after 4 weeks and Monken is just like, I have an idea. Let's go with Deshaun Watson again and see if it works this time. And then it won't work this time either, but it won't matter because the Browns don't have
The
anyone.
tank will be real for 2027 anyway. That's all it is.
Yep.
Like, this is such an obvious tank year for so many teams.
Yeah.
That
next year's class is worth tanking for.
It really is, especially if you need a real quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, Jeremiah Smith, like, there is some real firepower coming out in 2027. I don't think we need a third tight end. Like, we have Kraft and Johnson. That feels fine to me.
I think only if a tight end popped up that like you really like and that you really think has an option to. No, we're not. Like, obviously, kind of like we talked about last draft. Like,
Yeah.
we liked our tight end group because one of them could get in the flex spot, like maybe semi regularly, right?
Yeah.
That's not happening with our wide receivers.
It better not, or else this team is already cooked.
So, like, to me, no, we don't need a third tight end.
Yeah.
I think if anything, we can take another stab at another wide receiver, like depending on where the value is around here.
Really?
We don't have to because it doesn't seem very good to me.
No, like it's a bunch of you're praying for day 2 draft capital rookies on a good team, which is already like a thin bet to make for all these guys, like, or really crusty veterans, which do nothing for this particular team.
Right.
I'm going to add him against my best wishes. Tua's just going to start somewhere, right? Like,
he has to with that contract.
Yeah, like, I mean, Gino might.
No, don't put him on our roster.
I'm not going to. I'm just saying he might start somewhere. Like, I sincerely doubt the Raiders are going to pay him that much money to sit on the bench.
What's his? Well, now I'm kind of curious. What's his? What's Spotrac have for?
Because they traded for him and signed him to an extension because Seattle refused to do so.
Right. So now I'm kind of curious.
It's not cheap, if I remember correctly.
His 2026 cap hit is 26 million. Sorry, 18 million in dead cap.
Okay.
And then next year, before the season starts, it's no dead cap. They can cut him for free.
So they probably are. If they're not trading him, they're keeping him this year.
Right.
They probably keep him then, unless he like just flat out says he has no interest in putting on a Raiders jersey.
Like, there's a large part of me that thinks he plays again. Like, that the Raiders don't actually go Mendoza at 1.
I could see it. I think
Like,
it's silly, but
I think it's ill-advised.
Yeah. Like, very silly, but let's see.
I've seen all these names that I was so excited about. Like Jalen Wright, LaQuint Allen. Excited is a pretty optimistic term. I like these players. I like their tape. But
I'd take Kirk Cousins out of any of the QBs unless you really like Tua more.
I do not like Tua more.
Okay.
I would probably take Kirk over all of these guys.
And then we've talked about Jordan James before. I still think DJ Giddens is probably the backup.
Cousins.
Oh, we sure did. All right, Tua.
Wait, no, hold on. Before we jump into something crazy, what other QBs are there?
Yes.
Is it Justin Jeter?
Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson. Oh my God! Do you want a Jets quarterback? Oh, Richardson.
Oh, way too late for that.
Damn it!
I like Giddens. Hot take.
Giddens good. I think Giddens is fun.
Like, I don't know why they would draft another running back to compete for backup roles. Like, he was drafted. He fell because of like off the field stuff, and like that didn't rear its head at all. He just didn't get on the field because Jonathan Taylor was Jonathan Taylor. And then they like picked up Khalil Herbert, was it? Or no, it was Amir Abdullah. Someone washed.
Yeah, so someone Herbert went somewhere really weird. He went to all right, I'm looking it up because I need to know now. Because Herbert went to the Bengals.
The Jets.
Oh no. Khalil.
Yeah. And still didn't play. So that's
yikes.
Yeah. Man, getting forced into taking Tua.
What a tragic.
Like, the only thing that I would say about taking Richardson is like the only team I've heard interested in him is Minnesota. So at that point, we're just taking both Minnesota quarterbacks, and neither of which might be good.
Hey, if the Colts can do it last season, we can do it this season in best ball. Just take Daniel Jones or A. Rich. One of them's got to work.
Yeah, nope. Like, Ty Simpson probably would have been the smart choice, but I also just like don't think he gives you any fantasy value whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably either a Jet, which is just an automatic no, or he's a Ram, which he's not playing at all, right, or he's some weird third team that we're not considering, like the Steelers or something horrific like that.
The tragedy of the Steelers picking Ty Simpson.
It's just, hey, what if we did Kenny Pickett again?
What's the worst that can happen?
Well, that was a fun team. finished with a 3.962. Have Justin Herbert, JJ McCarthy, Tua Tagovailoa at quarterback. Running back, we went true 0 RB. Everyone after pick 100. We have Jonah Coleman, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt or Bill, Emmett Johnson, Jordan Mason, Tajay Spears, Braylon Allen, Emmanuel Wilson, Mike Washington Jr., and DJ Giddens. We started out with 6 straight wide receivers and stopped there with Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Lad McConkey, Zay Flowers, Carnell Tate, and Roma Dunze. And we have 2 mid-round tight ends, which we said we were not going to do, but we did it anyways with Tucker Kraft and Juwan Johnson.
I can't believe how, like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna do 9 running back again. But if things shape out like that in the wide receiver room, I'm down. Like that actually, like I don't hate this draft. It's wacky, it's weird, it's different, but I think you said it perfectly. It's this fun draft of trying to figure out where you get value and how can you game theory your way into a overvalued team. Is that the best way I can put it?
Yeah. And in today's landscape, like everyone is absolutely terrified of drafting 0 RB right now. And like, if you get it right, you have a huge leg up on the field. It's just the chances of getting it right are lower than normal, but the chances are low either way. So you might as well at least shoot your shot once or twice.
That's why we get 15 shots at this, right?
Yeah.
It's all about diversifying your portfolio.
Yep. What do we think? One more, or are we going to shut it down for the night?
That's gonna be it for me, unfortunately. I gotta run / potentially get some sleep and try to rest up and get better. But knowing me, I'm going to be up for a little bit longer, doing probably just more work because that's just the grind, baby. They need. Oh gosh. Anyway, fun drafts. Really, really fun drafting tonight. Oh, I forgot to mention you're on the clock, by the way, in the mock draft.
Oh, did it? Oh, I will.
The clock started.
I will definitely get to that. Alrighty, folks. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it as always. As a reminder, if you haven't signed up for Underdog already and want to do so, please use our promo code FNPLUS. That's FNPLUS. When you play $5 in Champions or Pick'ems, you'll get $75 in bonus funds to use on whatever your heart desires on the Underdog app. That's again FNPLUS as the promo code. Join us, have some fun, draft some teams. A lot of stuff is going to shake up once the combine is done in the next few days. When we inevitably do this again next week, ADP is going to look a lot different. So excited to see y'all then. But for now, I am Tim. That was Bryan. Have a good night, y'all. We will see you next week.
Good night.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.